righty. So welcome to day 18, 30-day redemption, 10 days of mind, 10 days of body. We are 8 days into the body. Hopefully you got a chance to learn about your, you got a chance to do some Afro-Brazilian dance, some samba. Um, you got a chance to learn about cancer. And today we're going to go further into the body, into something we all know, and that is yoga. So we have our special guest, Marco. Marco is going to give us a little insight on yoga. And so he's Marco Mooyoung of
Yes,
Yoga. Say that one more time, Marco.
yes, it's perfect. Marco Mooyoung, you said it right.
Mooyoung of Yogi Marco Mooyoung.
Yeah,
And
yeah, Yogi Mooyoung, that's good. Yeah.
Mooyoung. Perfect. And so Marco is going to give us some insight into yoga. And then for those of you who would like to participate, I highly recommend that you turn on your camera. He's probably going to help you um, to check your form and take you on this journey. So help me welcome Marco Mooyoung of Yogi Mooyoung. Marco, and you can turn on your camera and we can ready for you.
Okay, I hit on.
There you go. All right.
Okay, let me make sure I'm lined up properly.
Excellent.
Okay, there we go. Welcome to the 30-day challenge, everybody. I'm Yogi Mooyoung. I'm going to be hosting the yoga section of the body part today. And before we get started, like he said, I'm going to give you a little insight on yoga before we actually get into the physical part. The difference between doing yoga postures and doing regular exercises is the mindfulness and the breath. In yoga, we believe that every time you do a movement, your arms, with your legs, even your thoughts, it all should be mindful. So when you stand up, even when you're in a straight pose, standing up, you should be mindful from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. You should be able to feel all the energy, all the strains, the aches, everything. Because when you're mindful of your body, it helps prevent injury. It helps you know thyself. So when you're doing daily activities, you know one side is weaker than the other. So you're mindful on how you move, how you bend, how you get around. It brings a certain awareness about yourself. We go through everyday life just walking, moving constantly, but not being present in the moment, not feeling ourselves as we walk through the wind, as the wind blow by on your skin, as you bend your knees, your arms, all of this. When you're mindful from head to toe, it brings a full experience to yourself. And with the breathing, you want to oxygenate all your cells in your body. Because if you're not oxygenating all the cells in your body, you're not maximizing your full potential. And if you do anything in life, you want to do it with a certain quality. Because there's no quality to it, how would you find any peace or any joy in it? If you get on your knees to pray, if you have bad knees, bad back, bad neck, how can you concentrate and focus on what you're trying to focus on? So it's not just about being in shape. It's about bringing a certain awareness to yourself so that you can be centered and comfortable, that you can have a quality of life. So when we're moving in our postures, I want you to be mindful. If you feel one side too tight, be aware of that. Don't overdo anything. This is not a competition. This is a chance for you to explore your body. And the perfect yoga pose is when you do it within reasonable what you're supposed to be. So when you try to show off, that's your ego. You don't want to show off. This is all an individual practice. This mat is your universe. When you're inside this universe, anything that goes on the outside doesn't matter. You're working on the energy. So through this whole process, don't just try to do it, just say, oh yeah, wow, I did the pose. It's not about that. It's about being aware of yourself. And through these postures, it allows you to understand who you are better and where you lie within yourself. So don't forget to be mindful and to be aware of everything that you do. And not just in your poses. When you leave outside and go to Daily life, on your job, be mindful of what you say, mindful of what you do. When you move, be mindful of your movement. So you just, when you're walking down the street, just bump into somebody. Be fully aware and be present in this moment. So I'm going to say it again as we go through these postures. It's not to be the best, to look the best, or even to be the most flexible. It's to know yourself. And everybody is on different stages, different paths in life. So don't look at the next person, or don't even look at me and say, oh, wow, how did he do that? I'm never going to get there. This is not about me. This is about you. I'm here to help guide you on your inner journey. And the 30-day redemption, he has the mind, body, and soul. Holistically, everything goes together. You can't have one without the other. If you want to be spiritual and pray and do certain things, you got to have a certain quality about yourself so that you can relax. You can breathe properly. You can focus. The breath and the nervous system are directly linked. And when you can control your breath, you can control your nervous system. When you control your nervous system, you can settle the mind. So we're going to get started. I want everybody to come into a comfortable sitting position. It doesn't have to be the same way I'm sitting. There's only one thing. I want your spine to be nice and erect. Your spine is the center of your universe. It holds everything together. So if your center is not strong and straight, everything else will fall apart. So if you come down, you can either sit on something, a pillow, a bolster, or you can just come on the floor, however you like. So as you come down, let me just double check the camera. Yes, you can see me. As you come down to a sitting position, like I said, sit any way you feel comfortable. And we're going to start off this practice by being aware of our breath. And we're going to slowly work our way into it. So I want you to sit. Remember, lift that chest. Drop the shoulders. Don't have your shoulders up to your ears. Let them fall back. Lift your chest. Lift up in your chin slowly. Now, as you come into this sitting position, we're going to start off with diaphragm breathing. And diaphragm breathing is just something that we don't do. I'm also a home health nurse, so I love how I combine both aspects together because everything has to make sense. When you breathe, you should breathe with your diaphragm. Your diaphragm is that muscle and that organ right up under your lungs. And most people, when they breathe, they do chest breathing. And what ends up happening is you have too much carbon dioxide building up in your lungs. Breathing from your chest. So in order to breathe from your diaphragm, I want you to take one hand, place it on your chest, take the other hand, place it on your stomach. And when you inhale, I want you to inhale and expand your stomach. And when you exhale, contract your stomach and push your navel all the way back to your spine. If you have to use your hand, use your hand. We'll do a few rounds of this. I want you to slowly go at your own pace. Remember, you're using your diaphragm. And the reason why we're doing it this way is because when you expand your abdominal, it gives room for your diaphragm to drop. When your diaphragm drops, it expands your lungs and gives you maximum capacity in your lungs. And when you exhale, it forcibly comes back and collapses your lungs and expel all that carbon dioxide out. So you're getting all the oxygen and you get rid of all the poison, making an even exchange. So keep going, hands on the chest, hands on the stomach. And another thing, when you have maximum oxygen in your lungs, it prevents cramping. It helps your blood transfer all that oxygen to your muscles to give you more endurance. So this is a breathing technique using your diaphragm. I want you to do throughout your whole practice. And even when you're at home, sleep, or before you go to sleep, when you sit down, just touch your stomach and see where the rhythm is. It took me about 2 to 3 months for my rhythm to come naturally. Once I started practicing every day, I would just check in the middle of the day and the rhythm be perfect. Inhale, expand, exhale, going in. So now that you're aware of your diaphragm and how to properly breathe, I want your inhale and your exhales to be the same length. And how you accomplish that? By inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. It restricts it. When you breathe in, you drop it out too quick. So in yoga, we inhale, making our exhales and our inhalations the same. And we're going to set an intention for our practice today. And our intention is going to be mind. And remember, I was telling you how to be mindful and be aware of the way you breathe, of the way you move, and even your thoughts. Be aware of your thoughts and be mindful of your thoughts, your body. All these things bring you to a certain set of being aware. It brings your concentration to a certain point. And from there, you're able to dig deeper, go deeper, go deeper. And so the intention for today is going to be mind. Every time you inhale, I want you to be mindful of your breath. Every time you exhale, mind. You're going to start off with some subtle movements. You don't want to awaken the body too fast, but that's how you get in. You want to slowly build it up, like you do with your car. When it's cold, you cut it on, and the heat build up. And we're going to start off with some subtle movements, and then with subtle movements, then we're going to dynamic flow, sun salutation. We call it vinyasa. Each posture has a breath. And after we go from the dynamic, we're going to hold the poses 5 breaths. And the reason why we do that is because, again, to prevent injury. If you start stretching or doing any kind of exercise without warming the body up, it's a good way to pull a muscle. Your body is warm, the muscles actually relax, and they open up more. That's why before in gym class, you have to stretch and do a warm-up. Football, basketball, this is all sports. If you're not warming your body up slowly, you're asking for it. So get into our subtle movements. In our sitting position, we're going to rotate our necks 3 circles to the right. When we rotate our necks, I want you to inhale. Remember, we're breathing. We're being fine. Don't just throw your neck around. Inhale. Exhale. Do it together now. Starting from a neutral position, slowly work your way. Inhaling, exhale. Don't go too fast. Don't go too slow. We're going to wait on everybody. Don't move too fast. I want you to find your nice little rhythm. And when you do 3 to the right, I want you to slowly come back to a neutral position and work into the left. Inhaling, exhaling. Not forgetting to be mindful, being aware. Back to a centered neutral position. And also, while you're being mindful, every time you breathe in oxygen, that's positivity. So you bring in all the positivity to life. And when you exhale the carbon dioxide and the poison, then exhale all that tension and negative thoughts in your life. Inhale positivity, exhale negativity, being mindful, aware, present in the purpose. Body twist, we still in the subtle movement part. Keep that spine nice and erect. I want you to have the palm of your hands facing the ceiling. I want you to inhale, bring your arms up. As you inhale, coming up, I want you to look at your thumbs. And from here, you're going to take this right arm and slowly come down, drop this right arm behind you. It's going to stabilize you. As you drop that right arm behind you, this left hand, you're going to take it and bring it down to the knee. And every time you inhale, you're going to lift, bring the body lift. And then you exhale, turn and go deeper. You're going to hold here for 3 breaths while looking over your right shoulder. 1, keep looking over the right. 2, and 3. Inhale, you're going to come out the same way you came in. So inhale, come up. And we go into the right. Same thing. Exhale, drop that left. Looking over your shoulder, dropping that right arm to the knee. You inhale, lift. Exhale, turn deeper. Hold here for 3. 1, 2, and 3. Same thing. We're going to come out the same way we came in. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Slowly bring those hands down. Now from here, we're going to come on our knees and we're going to come into table pose. In table pose, make sure your knees are under your hips and your hands are under your shoulders and your fingers are spread. And don't let your body cave into the ground. Slowly lift up your core, keeping the integrity in your core. We're going to do 5 rotations of cat and cow. I'm going to demonstrate first. When you do cat, is when you arch your back to the ceiling and tuck your chin, and this is an exhale. And then you're going to inhale into cow, bringing the chin to the ceiling and dropping your abdominal. So that's 1 rotation. So it's exhale, inhale. Let's do 5 rotations. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you hear yourself breathe. 4, and 5. From here, take a small little break in 3 breaths. I want you to slowly spread your legs, your knees, drop your hips between your legs. And you're going to go into child's pose. We're going to hold here for 3 breaths. You can walk your fingers out if you want to and get a deeper stretch. Placing your forehead on the ground. 1, 2, 3. On your inhale, come back up to table. Now we're going to start activating the muscles. From here, I want to say come back into table pose. Take this right leg. Extend that right leg out. Make sure the toes are bent. I want you to give the toes a little stretch. So just rock back and forth. With the toes pressed into the ground. Warming the feet up. Then from here, don't forget, do not drop the core. Keep it nice and lifted. I'm going to take this right leg, I'm going to slowly bring it up. And don't turn the hip out. Keep that hip straight. Bring that back leg up. And hold for 3. 1, 2, 3. On your exhale, bring it back down to the ground. And if we do one to one side, we always do it to the other side. So take that left leg, extend that left leg out. With the toes on the ground, slowly activated, bending the toes, rocking back and forth. Here, Bring that core up and slowly bring the leg up. Keeping the hips straight. Don't turn out now. Keep the fingers spread. 1, 2, 3. Slowly on your exhale, bring it back down. Shake it out from side to side. Here, go back to the right leg. Take that right leg and extend it back again. Toes on the ground. But this time, you're going to take the left arm with the thumb to the ceiling and slowly extend to the front of the mat. You can stay right here for 3. If you want to challenge, bring that leg up and hold. Keep the integrity. Don't drop. 1, 2, and 3. Slowly come back down. And just remember, if you ever feel overwhelmed, go into child's pose. If you feel yourself shaking, let me demonstrate. Let's say you hold this and you feel yourself shaking, just slowly bring it to the ground, take a break, and bring it back up. Don't overdo yourself. Take your time. This is about taking a journey, learning yourself. Some poses you're not going to get, but that's a good thing. You'll always be challenged. Always have something to look forward to. Come back to the table pose. Do the same thing, but this time, opposite side. Bring that left leg back. Bring the core up. Bring that right arm straight. Thumb to the ceiling. And lift. And keep that leg there if you're feeling too overwhelmed. 1, 2, 3. Get back down to the ground. Come back to the seat position. About to come up to a standing position, but first I want you to warm those wrists up and loosen them up a second. So bring both your hands together in prayer. And we're going to roll our wrists to the front 3 times. Keep them connected and just roll them off of each other. 1, 2, and 3, and reverse it. 1, 2, and 3. Come to the front of your mat. Now, you did the subtle movements. Now we come into the dynamic part of the practice. The dynamic part is called a vinyasa. A vinyasa means each pose has a breath. I'm actually going to demonstrate real quick first, and then we're going to do it together because I want you to understand how it's done. So when I say each pose has a breath, I'm going to show you right now. It's going to be 12 poses, 6 one way. It'll be the same poses, but in reverse. So you're going to come to the front of your mat. I'm going to walk through this quick, and I'm going to do it with you. You're going to come to the front of your mat in mountain pose. You're going to inhale, come up. You're going to exhale. You're going to come down to a forward fold, bending your knees, stretch them out. Keep the hands right here, or on the ground. Inhale, come up to a half lift, hands on the knees, straighten your back. Exhale, hands on the ground, step back with your right, your left. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. You can drop into plank, which is you bend your arms and you hold right here, or there's a modified version. When you step back, you drop your knees. You drop your chest and your chin is on the ground. Then you inhale, come up. And you're going to exhale, you're going to downward facing dog. To get there, you can just come up on your toes, or you can just come back on your knees and shift up. Shifting those hips back, pushing this chest toward the thigh, and you can walk it out for 5 breaths, or you can stay still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Look between your hands. Step, come forward, inhale, come up, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up. The sun salutation 8. So by inhaling and exhaling with each pose, you're going to start to feel a heat build up on the inside of you. That's what you want. You're trying to get that internal fire building up. So you're going to sweat. You're going to feel it in each movement, in each vinyasa. So let's come to the front of your mat. And mountain pose is when you stand nice, straight, and erect, not hunched over. Shoulders drop, chest lifted, pelvis tilted. Mountain pose. So come to the front in mountain pose, to the front of your mat. Inhale, bringing those arms up. Looking between your thumbs. Exhale, in at the waist. Forward fold. Inhale, come up to half lift. And exhale, put your hands on the ground, step it back, dropping your knees, drop your chest, drop your chin. Inhale, come up. Upward facing dog. Exhale, shift back, either on your knees or on your toes, and lift. Shift those hips back. Drop the chest between the arms and hold. You hold in here for 5. You can walk it out, or you can stay still and sink deeper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look between your hands. Step forward or walk. Either way. Inhale, come up to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands are heart center. Now we're going to do that 2 more times because this is the core of the yoga flow. You can get your vinyasa right, you get your focus right, you get your cardio right. It'll also add to your flexibility. Don't forget, when you inhale, positivity. When you exhale, get rid of all the negativity. Be mindful. Let your body tell you what's hurting, what's sore, and listen to it. And be careful and protect yourself at all times. Don't ever try to overdo anything. But get back into this. And in Ashtanga Yoga, I teach a modified class called Ashtanga Remix. We got to do 5A and 5B. But today we're going to do 5A. I mean, 3, 5A. No, 3, oh my gosh. We're doing sun salutation 3 times. We're not going to do 5 and 5. So apologize about that. Come to the front of the mat. Don't forget, relax. If you don't relax, your mind is going to tense your body up and it's going to prevent you from actually going into the pose. So stretching starts up here and it works its way to the rest of your body. So it starts here and slowly comes out to the rest of the body. So front of the mat, being mindful. Here we go. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come to the forward fold. Inhale, come up to a half lift. Exhale, hands on the ground, step back. Drop the knees, drop the chest, and drop the chin. Inhale, come up. Exhale, shift back. Hold for 5 breaths. It's up to you to just sit there and hold and go deeper, or you can walk it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking between your hands, you can walk or you can step. Inhale, come up to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. That's 2. We have 1 more left. But on the 3rd one, I'm going to add the advanced steps in. You don't have to do it. It's for anybody who feels comfortable. I want to take the practice to the next level. So before we get started, remember I said, you step back, and drop your knees. Or you can go into chaturanga, which is the more advanced version. So I'm going to show you chaturanga again. You jump back. And then you come up. So that's, you can do chaturanga and jump back, or you can just step each leg back. It's up to you. And the same thing, when we coming back forward, you can look between your hands and step forward. And there's 2 ways, 3 ways you can do it. Step, you can just do a mini hop, or you can do a leap. So it's up to you. So we're going to go through sun salutation A. I'm going to do the advanced version, but you can do the modified, the first 2 versions we did. I'm trying to do some for everybody. So come to the front of your mat. Mountain pose. Breathing in positivity. Exhaling all negativity. Being mindful and being aware. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands on the ground. Now this is the advanced part. You can just step back or you can jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, come up. Exhale, shift back. Hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remember, you can walk forward, step, a small hop, or you can leap. Go ahead, take your variation. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands are heart center. Now, you should feel a little heat building up by now. Remember, that's the purpose. You want to feel that internal heat building up. It helps burn out toxins, and it helps loosen your muscles up. Now that we're nice and warmed up, we're going to come to our standing poses. So I want you to come to the front of your mat. Make sure you press down on your feet evenly and distribute the weight outwardly. So push down from the middle and slowly let the weight distribute outwardly. As we come into mountain pose, I want you to slowly step this foot apart. Give space in between your feet, with your feet at shoulder length distance. Slowly put all the weight, you want the tree pose. Slowly put all the weight to this right leg as you lean to the right and you bring this left leg on its toes. Now, you can stay right here if you like, with hands on your waist or hands at heart center. Or if you like a challenge, you can bring it up half to your knee. I'm just demonstrating right now. We'll do it together. Or you can bring it all the way up to your inner groin. And if you want to go one more step, you can grab it, fold it, with your arm behind, and you can bind it. So everybody take their variation. I want to work my way back so you can see the variations again. This is 1 variation, 2, 3, and 4. So come into mountain pose. We'll do a time check real quick to make sure everything's okay. Okay. Come into mountain pose. Come into mountain pose. Slowly shift all that weight on your right foot. Slowly bringing that left foot up, taking your variation, whichever variation you like. Don't push yourself past your limits. We're going to hold here for 5 breaths. You can bring your heart at the center, your hands to the center, or you can even grow some limbs and blow in the wind. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly come down. And we're going to do the same thing to the opposite side. Back in mountain pose. We're going to shift all the weight to your left. Bring your hands to your waist. You're keeping your feet right here. There's no problem. You're beautiful wherever you at. Accept yourself. There's no worries. So you bring it up. Hands at center. Grow some branches. How you like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, I see we almost had we're getting close to the end. So I'm going to slowly start working our way to the ground. So slowly come to the ground. We're going to pose on the ground. We're going to work our way into Savasana. As we come to the ground, I'm going to start off with a forward fold. So forward folds, if you like, if you have a belt or any kind of strap at home, it can help if you're not flexible enough. So if you like, you can use this prop. So if you come into a sitting forward fold, you're going to come into staff pose first. Where you're going to align your body. Make sure your legs are straight. Make sure your chest is lifted and your shoulders are dropped. And you're using the strap, you leave it by your feet. So you inhale and come up. You can come down and just grab your strap. Come forward. Inhale, come up. You're going to hold for 3. Exhale, lean forward at the hips. Come forward, come forward. Either grabbing your strap, grabbing your feet. Hold it for 3. 1, 2, and 3. Inhale, come up. Now, the next pose I want to do, I want to make sure I get a body twist in there. The reason why it's important to make sure you add a body twist in your practice, if you have constipation, this helps stimulate the intestines. By taking your organs and actually squeezing them together, it helps push the bowel through. So if you have any digestive problems, you would love doing your body twist. So bring this right foot, sole of the right foot to the ground, keeping your left foot straight. Use this right arm to stabilize your back. When you take your left arm, inhale, come up. Exhale, looking over your shoulder, dropping this as an anchor. Hold it for 3. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, come out the same way. And exhale. And our last pose is now, we're working our way towards the end. Bring this left foot in towards the sole of the ground, sole of the feet towards the ground. Use this left arm as your anchor to stabilize your back. Inhale, bring that right arm up. Exhale, turn into it. Hold for 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's come out the same way we came in. Now, as we come to the end of the practice, I always like to leave the last pose for you. So whatever pose you feel that you need in your practice before we finish and go into Savasana, which we learn our backs and we slowly calm down, I want you to take time out to find a pose that you think. So give yourself 5 to 8 breaths right now. Pick a pose that you think that your body needs. Because everybody is different. So let's take this time right now to choose a pose. I'll get into mine. Slowly come out your last pose. Come down on your back. Palms facing up. You can put a bolster for your head or a pillow. If you have a sheet or a blanket, you can cover yourself up. And then slowly come on our backs. As you come on your back, I want you to still be mindful of your breath. Still be aware and present in this moment. This is time for you to go even deeper. The end of this practice is just as important as the beginning. The journey and the destination are connected. You enjoy, experience every single breath. So still breathing in positivity every breath. Exhaling all negativity every time you exhale. Get it out. And remember, as you breathe in, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to be. Just right here, right now, being present in the very moment. Loving yourself for who you are and where you are. Understanding everything about you from the inside out. Mind, body, and soul. Using the breath to connect the body, the mind. As we sit here in this present moment, breathing in all this beautiful oxygen, exhaling all the carbon dioxide, we're living in this moment. You being mindful of every breath. And no matter what your beliefs are or what path you're on, if you're not right with self, it doesn't matter. So slowly go deeper. Go deeper into self. And as we come to the end of this practice, I want you to slowly roll over either your right or your left side. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. And slowly at your own pace, come into a sit position. I will give you a few seconds, let everybody come up. The light in me honors and bow to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice, and I hope you continue on this 30-day journey to support the other people coming up and posting. And when you leave today, don't forget mindfulness. Every time you inhale, feel it. Every time you exhale, every thought that comes to your mind, be aware. Every time you move your legs, your fingers, your eyes, be alive, be complete, be whole. Thank you.
Excellent. All right, Marco, thank you very much for that excellent presentation. We have a few minutes for Q&A. If anyone has any questions or any comments for Marco, please unmute your mic and express yourself. Does anyone have any questions or any comments?
I just want to say thank you for that. That was great.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I mean, it's all about holistic healing. Some people try to emphasize one over the other, but we got to take time to cultivate every aspect of our life. So thank you for sharing your practice with me.
We have a comment here from your friend and our friend Angel. She says that was awesome. Make sure I get the whole comment. I don't know, Angel, you could jump on, and she said that was she needed it. Is that real or Angel? Angel said that. Any other comments? Any other questions for Marco? All right, excellent. So, what we're going to do is pull up Marco's information. Oh, but before we do that, Marco, do you have any closing comments for our audience? Anything, any takeaway you'd like for them to take with them?
During this troubling times with the coronavirus, you know, everybody has different precautions, like covering your face mask, washing your hands. But just remember, your immune system is a first line defense over everything. So if you're not getting good rest, and you're not eating healthily, and you're not exercising properly, no matter what kind of precautions you take, it's not going to matter because the first defense is you, your immune system. So while everybody's getting all this medication and covering up, that's beautiful. But don't forget, it starts with you building your immune system by getting the right amount of sleep, the right amount of exercise, and the right amount of nutrients, and also no stress. Because no matter what you do, if you stress out, it's going to drop your immune system. So during these troubling times, work on your breathing, diaphragm breathing, because it affects the respiratory system. So keep these lungs strong, and by exercising and breathing properly, it will prepare you for a lot of troubles that's coming up in this world today. So just be mindful when you're out there, everybody. I love you. Yeah, have a great day.
Excellent. Okay, Mark, I'm going to share your information for everyone to be able to reach out if they would like to continue any kind of sessions with you. Um, and we thank you very much. I'm going to pull that information up in 2 seconds. So you have Marco's information on the screen. YogiMooyoung.com or Facebook and Instagram. You can follow him at Yogi Mooyoung. And be able to keep yourself balanced. And thank you again, Marco, for taking the time, taking this hour to present with our audience. And tomorrow will be day 18. We're going to deal with the topic of skin. So tune in for that. As we finish up the body segment, Monday we'll do our last session, and then we're going to go into spirit. So have a great Saturday, everyone. Get out, get some sun, and we will see you tomorrow.